Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Lamar off the play fake. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Turning to Henry on third. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, here's Lamar. Finds his man, it's Rashad Bateman. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some hooks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So 2nd down coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Second and 10 now. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Play action now with Jackson. Buying some time right. He loses the football. And the Dolphins got it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
Yeah, and such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Tua off the play fake. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Defenders there. It's intercepted. The 50. The 30. He's at the 10. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Washington now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Now Thru to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And he makes the Husker. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. D. Eskridge to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 34. And no luck there, and that throw falls to the ground.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered kid on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Motioning the tight end now. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter, it's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. The line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. They kick the running back in motion. Now Tagovailoa on 4th. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks comes up with it.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Tagovailoa. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up second down. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Tua now from the gun. And once again, they can't connect. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. So that brings up fourth and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on fourth. Tagovailoa off the play fake. And they got home, sacked him on fourth down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Out of the gun, Henry. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the inner harbor. The Ravens looking to add to their advantage. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Lamar now from the gun. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And the Dolphins get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. So it'll be second down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignments, hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And the play clock expires. This is going to cost them half the distance. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. All right, here we go. Second down. Going play action. Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind away and avoiding a safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's got it! And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Intercepted in the end zone! Jordan Poyer has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. They go play action with Tagovailoa. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. 1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Got his target, it's Hill. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 32. Achane reels it in. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Blitz coming, Tua. This is going all the way to the end zone. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. Makes a desperate throw for the end zone. And they pick him off again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are stopped on that return. So that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. Rolling into enemy territory. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. From his own end zone, here we go. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. And Miami returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Dolphins find some points there. Not exactly the big play that these reworked kickoffs were designed to promote, Brock, but hey, excitement's excitement, right? And it is hard to beat the old scoop and score.
Don't tell that kicking team that wasn't a big play. This is what they work on all week long, Kate. Yep. This is how they become special as a special teams unit to punch it out and take it back to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins take the lead on that successful kick. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down, here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
So he scooped a fumble, and now he gets home and drops the quarterback for a sack. You know what that tells me about this linebacker? Well, he's not afraid to put his face in the fan and fight through some guys to make some game-changing plays.
Another try following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And they pick him off Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Might be a little...